Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Oakley HiDef, and I'm here to bring you the Island Complex map that we finally got out to you guys. And I'm actually here with two special guests, Yardbird92 and AbleSir Thomas, who are going to be joining THFE to head up basically the invasion side of things. So they're going to be offering their perspective up on this map. So I guess guys, go ahead and take over the first phase.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Yardbird. As you can see, we're doing just a panoramic view here of the first tier. And you notice the first thing that you've got two sets of elites, two fire teams of elites that are spawning over on this on the other side of the land bridge connecting the cave and Paradiso. Each of these fire teams will get a needle rifle pretty much directly right off of spawn. The right side would be the right team, and the left side of elites here is actually the middle team, so they can actually push either objective. And then as we go over the water here, this little spot on the island is actually where the left team elite spawn, and they get a pretty good approach to the left side objective.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting dynamic that goes away from your standard match with the invasion, because that left team gets a very strong flank, but the middle and the right team are more or less together. And as you see here, you have the left team Spartan spawn in that building just on that left. And then in the right team Spartan spawn on this cave we're just flying by here, and it actually DMR spawns just right there. And then middle team spawns in this central building with the turret that someone actually just did grab and started shooting blargs with. And we're on Oakley here, and he's having a little going commando with the assault rifle.
Yeah, and right there I'm just checking for the DMR spawn, which does spawn there as we said earlier. And basically there's a lot of stuff you can do on here. There are different places to take cover. As you can see, obviously the two territories are actually right next to the AA guns. So you got one here, which is kind of where middle and the island spawn for the elites will push, and then right you can sneak over through the cover of the rocks. So those two territories, there are obviously different approaches and different techniques to go about getting there. The one on the right has a little more CQC just because the rocks are all piled up here.
Yeah, the biggest trick with this first tier here is, well, another thing that sets it apart from the matchmaking maps is the fact that the neutral territory where you would want the elites would want to set up and start spawning their buddies in, and the Spartans want to keep them out. It's very, very close to the territory, so it actually it kind of accelerates the gameplay a little bit once elites start making their pushes.
Yeah, but at the same time, to counteract that, the territories are relatively open, so it allows the Spartans to clear out the elites, and it's more difficult for elites to push, but they're able to get that neutral ground more easily. So it has an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's pretty easy to clear out there. We're just throwing grenades, but the elites had enough time just to get past that 1 second. So they made it into the second phase, and as you can see, second phase is we're moving further into the island. So the basic story behind this is elites are assaulting the base, past the bunkers and the AA guns, and here you have the two satellite stations. Obviously, we tried to distinguish them. One is on the exterior, so that's one bottom right of the screen you can see, and the other one is actually indoors, so that creates a different dynamic. And up to here, we have a flanking route for the elites, and I guess if you guys want to also take over this, talking about this phase too, just so you guys get more talking time.
Oh yeah, definitely something interesting about this phase. If you notice that leftmost comm station, the more open one, is very prevalent with vehicles and the cliff route, while this one that Oakley's focusing on here is definitely very good for CQC. You know, moving in with your elite loadouts, your evade, your camo, and just clearing out Spartans and holding that building. So that's an interesting dynamic. You know, you can attack the outside for more open long-range battles, or you can go for the inside for the the close quarters. And we have the Wraith rolling up here, which is really powerful, but unfortunately wasn't used very well.
Yeah, if you ever get the Wraith, you would definitely want to assist the teams that are taking that back flank through the mini mountain there, and just basically rain fire on the outer objective there, and it really just assists the elites that are rolling in to get the timer down.
Yeah, and also a note on this building, we tried to prevent camping, and so there are actually 3 entrances to get in. If the Spartans bunker up in there, well then they allow the elites to sort of swarm the outside, and elites can just spawn outside, so they have a closer spawn, and that evens out any attempt at camping.
And looks like they're just about to get it, yeah.
Yeah, they took it.
There's several things that Oakley did in this map, and with objects gating out as well as spawning in, to allow for better frame rate. So you may see parts of scenery that disappear that aren't essential to the map, and that's just to keep frame rate and disco under control and give you a smooth gameplay experience.
It's a pretty neat trick with Invasion that you can do that, because you can use the Invasion gate and weapon labels to actually, you can use those for different objectives, like Oakley taught you in his when he was doing the tutorials for this map. It just really helps for Invasion, which is already a very massive type of game that requires a lot.
Core stolen.
Yeah, and here's an overview of the third phase. You're taking the core from the shipyard, and you're about to see some interesting Banshee fail. Oh, well, actually, the Banshee had just rolled into the water and tried to go aquatic.
We don't quite grab it in this video, but as you can see, it tried to evade, but ended up in floating parts in the water. So definitely not the amphibious vehicle we would like it to be.
So you have Spartan teams. This time the Spartans actually get three spawns, excuse me. You have a spawn for Spartans just on the top of that building with a sniper, and you actually have this cave route for elite. It's pretty interesting. The Spartans also spawn on the battleship as well as behind the sub. And with a brief overview, if you see that sub, they'll spawn there. And then just on the left of the sub as well. And elites will generally spawn on the mountain, so they'll be able to push that core from the high ground and use the focused rifle as well as the power of the Wraith to help clear out those Spartans.
And a really good trick that Oakley did with this map was he actually, I think you still did anyway, did you open up the beach route for the Wraith to go through?
Yeah, we're going to show that a little bit later, but it's not really obvious. But basically, you have over by the cave, that's the vehicle bay for the Covenant, and what they can do in the third phase is just go left straight out the cave, come along the beach, and go right into this base. So that allows for quick vehicle access of this phase.
Oh yeah, and Oakley just spotlighted the sniper there. Definitely want to control that as a Spartan team. There's a lot of fire team spawn setups, a lot of great dynamics for the map. It's pretty interesting when you try to apply some advanced strategies to it. And as you can see, Falcon, the Spartans get the Falcon as well as Warthog, and the
that was me hitting a tree.
Yeah. And the elites get a Banshee as well as the Wraith and the Ghost that were in first phase.
And also the focus rifle and plasma launcher, which helps them take out the Falcon and other vehicles.
And the Spartans get on one of their teams, they get a rocket launcher to counter the heavier Covenant vehicles as well.
Yeah, and also with the core routes, as you can see over on the left, the core is going through the cave, so that's one option. It provides you cover from vehicles, but if Spartans get in there, it can be hard to push through if they have shotguns, etc. The other route is on the right, which is a little more open, and also what you can do is flank all the way into the center of the island through that one cave, which is a further around route, but you're pretty much protected going through the elite spawns with the core.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting taking that far route, because generally Spartans are just like, whoa, where'd the core go? It takes a vanishing act, and then you just score it.
Oh yeah, you did miss one spawn, Able, earlier. There's actually a core away spawn that spawns where the close to where Spartan spawns were for tier 2. But I don't think we saw anybody going from that one yet.
Yeah, we may be able to highlight that, but essentially what you have is a Spartan core away spawn, like they were saying, and that's essentially where the comm stations were in phase 2. So here you can see the Wraith taking that route we were talking about earlier, but the Spartans do have a spawn away point when the core is gone, just so they can try and guard the bridge where you take the core. As you can see, we did that successfully in this round. Yeah, so thanks guys, this has been another video from THFE, and this time we're just trying to introduce Yardbird and Able, so look forward to more videos from them. So thanks guys, signing out.